This is called Confession. And this piece really came out of an experience in Haiti when I went with Mullery Jean-Pierre and my friend Corey Unger, and we were praying on behalf of Haiti, and I couldn't get off the floor. I remember Willie tells this story now, Pastor Willie, heads a church in Brooklyn, one of the largest churches of the diaspora of Haitians in the United States. There's like a Miami contingent and then a huge Brooklyn contingent. And I was with this team from Brooklyn in Haiti. And he describes it that we were praying and he looked up and we were gone. He thought we had like left and he looked down and saw that under the table, Corey and I were just laying on the floor. And I remember it so clearly. And in fact, the sketches for this piece were born that evening. And I was like Isaiah. I felt like I was confessing the sins of the father back 500 years. You know, when Isaiah was praying, or Hezekiah, when they were praying and confessing the sins of their forefathers in the desert with Moses, it was 500, 600, 1,000 years ahead of time, depending on who was praying. And the weight of ruin and the weight of trauma that the industry of slavery had on the Haitian people and on America was just on me. And I felt the sense that it needed to be confessed and it needed to be repented of. And I just saw chains shattering, and as kind of cheesy as that sounds, or as you could say iconic, but I just saw these chains breaking, and I saw them snaking down through the ruins. And so these photos that kind of composite from tent cities and the ruins there in Haiti were from the actual rubble just after the earthquake, and watching people shovel out, knowing actually there were still bodies underneath. And so this snaking down through this work are the chains of slavery, and embedded in the chains there are kind of features of like how the bodies would be packed into a slave ship to maximize how many people could be shipped from Nigeria or Goree Island over to the Caribbean. In fact, there's Amistad, the ship right there, and other just figures in shackles. So the chains themselves, to me, as I painted it, kind of prayerfully, were the metaphor of slavery. And as they came up, I did 3 dramatically different iterations of this painting. The first one was up here. The hills were painted kind of painstakingly with blue tarp city. So like the landslides and the earthquake, and there were just blue tarps from UNESCO everywhere up in the hills, thousands of them. And then later I kind of turned that into the globe, and like it was the whole world, like like the song, he's got the whole world in his hands, and their chains wrapping around it, and they were snapping, and it all felt forced. And somewhere in the midst of this, to just lay down our complicity, I had the American flag draped over the rubble down at the bottom. And then as I researched kind of the history of slavery and saw the diamond of trade between Europe, so France and Spain, their flags are here, the Union Jack of Britain and the American, and how slaves were bought and sold and traded through these countries. All our flags are there. And ironically, I'd never thought to look at the Haitian flag. And in fact, this is the Haitian flag. And as I looked, there's a breaking chain at the bottom of the Haitian flag, which just pulled it all together. So this breaking chain of slavery with their national kind of declaration, in unity is our strength. And again, the gold just kind of raining down over the ruins. It shocked me. As funny as that sounds, it shocked me when the Haitian flag rose out of the ruins and was painted in. I just remember like having the chills and kind of teary-eyed when I was painting this and saying, yes, this is what I'm trying to say. That there was other things painted back here, but whether it's seen as kind of the blood, the cost, the pain, but the red that borders their flag ended up becoming the negative space behind here. As an artist, you just kind of groan sometimes. If you could say it in words, you'd write it, but I'm an artist, so I'm trying to paint it. And there was, for 3 years, this groaning of how do I finish getting my desire for confession out into something visual. And it's when that flag rose and like this figure standing there was put against and over these shattering chains, that I was like, yes, there it is. And so my ultimate prayer, kind of my hope for this is that this entire series, but this piece uniquely, would have a part to play in a gathering of believers and leaders, ambassadors throughout the United States to really publicly, unanimously, honestly confess and repent of the brokenness that has been our policy towards Haiti, so that the chains of that brokenness can be snapped once and for all, and we can move into the full destiny and future that Haiti has.